Welcome to another weekly summary where we are over 50% of the S&P 500 companies that have reported. We're going to look at the markets, we're going to look at the news, we're going to talk about next week, which probably will be even more dramatic than this week. Are you ready for it? Let's go. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Micha Stocks from Stock Talk with Micha Stocks, where we summarize the week, we look at the headlines, we dive in to better understand what is going on with the markets. Everything here is only for educational purpose. This is not financial advice. It's entertainment and educational, as you've seen in the disclaimer at the beginning. This is our channel. We have over 1.6K subscribers. You can also join. Just click that subscribe button and smash the like button if you enjoy anything and everything that you see. This is how the market ended for the last 5 days. Dow Jones up over 0.5%. S&P up over 0.75. NASDAQ 1.23. And Russell still down, still lagging behind the biggest averages. You can see them here on year-to-date basis. Dow is up almost 3%. S&P almost getting to its average, 9%. I remind everyone that the S&P 500 average over years is 8 to 10%. We are now at 9.03. NASDAQ 17.7 and Russell still green, but very, very close to becoming red. When we look at the crypto market, you can see Bitcoin up to almost 29,255 while I'm recording this video, which means it's up 6.3% over the week, and ETH is over 1,900, 3.4%. Year to date, Bitcoin is up 76%, Ether is up 50, almost 59 or 60%. When we dive into the different sectors in the market, we see communication outperforming everyone thanks to Meta. We see technology and real estate and consumer staples. On the other side, we can see the utilities underperforming and also the industrials. Diving even deeper, we see home builders creating a comeback, running as fast as they can. Maybe everything is behind us. Maybe we are back in a bull market. We'll see. REITs as well, up 1.1%. But on the red side, we see the solar industry going down over 7%, mainly due to commentary coming from Enphase's CEO that says that higher rates, lower customers. He's seeing lack of demand because of the higher rates. His installers aren't able to sign anyone new. Big problem for them. This is how our heat map looks like. You can see Microsoft, Google, Apple, all gaining on the week. And of course, Meta with an amazing week after maybe they need to change their name again. We're going to talk about that during the coverage of the week, and also Nvidia and others picking up steam. These are the 17 stocks that we're following between Enphase that dropped 26.5%. A quarter of the value vanishing. And of course, SolarEdge and NEO, but on the flip side, we see Meta and Microsoft. And if the numbers aren't exactly as the previous heat map, it's mainly because how they calculate pre and after hours for the whole week, but assume it's the same thing. You can see that both Meta and Microsoft are currently extremely overbought, which means that it's not a good time, or actually, as the slide said, it's a poor time to buy into them. Let's start looking at the news. Here we go. 260 companies as of Friday. 52% of the S&P 500 have already reported. We basically, after this week that's coming ahead of us, we will know most that we need to know, for good and for bad. With market going up, it might be for the downside, not for the upside. We're going to talk about that probably next week. These are all the companies that reported this week. We did get very interesting headlines. We can talk of Meta, which we're going to see how the year of efficiency in AI became crucial. Microsoft going all in on AI with ChatGPT and others, their cooperation with OpenAI. On the other hand, we see Google, which is basically not being as ruthless as possible. We talked about Enphase, Amazon picking up steam after reporting, but then the CFO says that April doesn't look that good and they're falling down. Intel, their biggest loss ever. But the market loves the optimism for the years ahead. Stock goes up. Snap, as usual, falls 25%. Cloudflare as well, drops around 20%. A very, very interesting week. We also had on Friday the PC. PC is another inflation read that is different than CPI. This is the one that Jerome Powell and the Fed team focuses more on. And it still comes hot, which means that in the next few weeks, Tuesday, Wednesday, when the FOMC, the Fed officials are going to meet up, probably they're going to raise rates by another 25 basis points. And the big question is, what would be the commentary? But we're going to talk about that at the end of this video. Initial jobless claims also comes very strange. We see a lot of layoffs, but it comes down instead of going up. What is going on in the job market? Still stable or strong job market? Strong inflation print. Fed keeps on raising rates. England, Britain blocks the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard acquisition deal. I can tell you behind the scene that 95% of the people believe that that's it. That deal is not going to happen, mainly because of the way that the regulator in England works. You can try to overcome this, but the likelihood it's not going to happen, which brings back $69 billion into Microsoft account. That helped drive Microsoft stock up. Probably while you're seeing this video, or a few hours after you'll see this video, First Republic will not be an independent bank anymore. As of me recording this video, several banks are preparing their bid on buying First Republic assets, whether it's JP Morgan, PNC Bank, Bank of America, US Bancorp, and others. Probably they're not going to stay afloat. This is how the stock looked like on Friday. Proves again that the stock can fall during the week 50%, and another 43%, and another 45%, because percentage points do not work in the way that you can just sum them up and say, oh, why did it go down over 100%? Because from every number, you can fall again 43%, and this slide represents exactly that. And when there's blood in the water, guess who comes in? The short sellers. Short sellers started, of course, shorting the bank itself. Right after the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, you can see the percentage of short interest on First Republic, and of course not letting the stock survive at all. And we're changing location altogether. This is the big question right now with Chinese stocks. The companies are improving. China's open. The economy is picking up steam, but the stocks are going down. Last time I said this sentence, it was around October, November. Chinese stocks went up 100%, which means that currently the sentiment is so bad that someone might step in and start pushing that market up. This is, of course, not financial advice, but it's kind of a deja vu for me. ChatGPT revolution has driven half of the gains, JP Morgan says, and we're not surprised. Look at NVIDIA, look at Meta, look at Microsoft, look at others, anyone that combined themselves with AI or maybe even ChatGPT moved the needle. And because it came from big companies, it of course moved the whole market. Biden during the week said that he's launching his 2024 re-election campaign. That also happened this week. Spotify, a new record for them, over 500 million monthly active users. This is a phenomenal number. It's an amazing amount of people that are listening to Spotify on a monthly basis. Tucker Carlson from Fox, ticker Fox A, got canned this week without even having the opportunity to say goodbye to his viewers. That, of course, drove Fox stock down because Tucker is considered a moneymaker for the network. And Don Lemon as well got axed from CNN. Gap is laying off or planning to lay off hundreds of corporate workers in their year of efficiency. Actually, they haven't described it as such, but it might be that way. And this is Meta. This counts the amount of times Meta, of course, formerly known as Facebook. Just a second. formerly known as Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Reels. A year and a half ago, they changed their name into Meta, as in metaverse. Metaverse didn't pick up. And as you can see from the amount of times they've mentioned Meta, which is the blue lines here, the blue bars, it's coming relatively down. But what is picking up steam? AI and efficiency. Maybe the new name should be AI and efficiency and not Facebook Meta. This, of course, helped the stock go up 14%. And year to date, over 100%. They doubled their value year to date. And that, of course, brings Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, all of them to raise the price targets. Usually, this indicates of a top. Just so you know. AWS not being super clear on their AI ambitions, at least not on the call. And of course, their layoff seems also not that dramatic. With having over 1 million employees, you would expect a lot more layoffs. Might be coming in the pike, but we don't know yet. That's why AWS isn't, or Amazon stock isn't running as fast as other FANG stocks. Maybe that's an opportunity. Disney, ticker DIS, is suing Florida government Ron DeSantis. There's a huge mess between both parties with all the political impacts. And of course, he's trying to take away some of their tax benefits. It impacts Disney stocks and it impacts Disney stock. And of course, impacts Ron DeSantis as well, for good and for bad. This is an amazing piece from the Wall Street Journal. There's a fire sale running right now in San Francisco for a building that 4 years ago cost $300 million and today's is auctioned between $60 to $80 million. There's a whole lot of reasons for that. Crime, drugs, violence, anything, you can mention anything. But at the end of the day, someone's going to lose a lot of money here. And if this is a canary in the gold mine, we are headed for a big real estate reevaluation. Would be very, very interesting. Mobileye, which is developing an automated driving, competing with Tesla, is actually lowering their numbers, lowering their forecast for the rest of the year, saying that they see slowing demand in China. And they blame the subsidies that the Chinese government gave or is not giving anymore, and Tesla price reduction. I don't really know how Tesla price reduction is really related to lowering the demand, but that's the excuse Mobileye, ticker MBLY, used. Does that mean that we're really going to see a slowdown in China? We might see that in the next few months. This is the amount of weeks we are bearish. We are over 10 consecutive weeks of sentiment being bearish in the AAII bull-bear spread. How does that correlate with the fact that the market is going up? Think about it. Strange, right? Exactly. Google Cloud. This is the first quarter ever Google Cloud is profitable. Now, this combats, of course, people that are saying, oh, we are just investing in only things that are profitable, things like that. Well, this is how you build a business, apparently. You start by losing money and you minimize the loss and getting to a point where when you need to be profitable, you can be. Huge achievement from Google team. Microsoft keeps hitting on Google, saying 2 months since the launch of the new Bing and Edge. All up, Bing has over 100 million daily active users, and they're winning new customers in Windows and mobile. On the flip side, they're seeing a reduction of Office licenses 365, mainly due to layoffs. That is everything that happened this week. You want to see what we have planned for the week ahead? Here we go. I don't even think there's a company here which you don't recognize. We're going to have a whole lot of companies. We're going now down the scale, except Apple, of course. Smaller companies, a lot more volatility in the market. Thursday, we're getting Apple, but in the meantime, we're going to get SoFi and MGM and Diamondback and NXP and Uber and AMD and Pfizer and Ford and CVS and Qualcomm and Datadog and Shopify and Block, Coinbase, Apple, and others. Very, very dynamic week. And to top all that off, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have the FOMC, and 2 p.m. on the Wednesday, we're going to get the next Fed rate decision, and of course, the conference and everything that is connected to that. And that, of course, brings us to the chart of the S&P. The S&P is still stuck between the 4,100 and the 4,200, or the 4,000, to 4,200. It's still stuck. It's trying to break out. Will it happen? Behind the scenes, there's a lot of rumors that say that there are multiple sell orders at the 4,200 mark. Will that take place and we're going to get a drop to the 4,000? This is about 5% drop. Or we're going to break through the 4,200 and go after the 4,300. This would be very interesting, and probably we'll get that answer this week, whether we're getting ourselves back down to 4,000 or breaking through 4,200. So if you enjoyed everything you saw, it would be amazing if you can smash that like button. We will be here next week, Stock Talk with Micha Stocks, the best place to get updated on what's going on in the stock market. Till next week, bye-bye.